Hello, and welcome to Dragon's Orders. This is episode 5, and we are going to be using the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons from Wizards of the Coast. Let's do some character introductions. Kathleen?
I'm Mora. I'm a 4th level elf rogue and a 1st level gigglemancer, and I've had a lot of people disappoint me recently.
Wow. All right.
Not us.
No.
don't
You guys are great supportive
Maybe.
party members, but like, been meeting some real flakes. What do you say?
Just the universe in general has been a little disappointing to you lately.
No, it's just that Nettleton let me down. We were supposed to be friends, and he mined my experiences for his own riches. But then I stole all his money, but then gave it away
Yeah.
to other people. So realistically, I guess he was just making the great wheel spin on.
Anyway, I'm Paul, and I am playing Dande, the level 5 Tabaxi monk. I feel like Dande is kind of confused about the current situation we're in because we just got a really, really old paladin who used to be a much younger paladin who didn't like us very much. Yes.
The
Paladin. I actually, in my notes here,
paladin.
just a sec. For my notes, I have, the only note I have about Mar, who's the name paladin, is Mar is not a paladin.
It could be anything.
So, like,
but
wait a
he's
minute,
definitely
I
not
have
a
something
paladin.
about you.
Don't believe his lies.
Yes, essentially.
I'm Beach, and I'm playing Bonton. He's an albino hill dwarf, native to the lands of Chult. As you can see from my spread underneath my name here,
You got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Bonton,
You're a mess in there.
kind of a jack of all trades, and will never quite be a master of any of them, I'm sure. But these
Jack of all terrible
it
trades.
just keeps happening accidentally. I don't even mean to multi-class, but it just keeps happening.
The accident. I feel like the accidental necromancer is.
I've read that book.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. And I'm Graham, and I am Snack, a level 5 Batiri fighter. Batiri means goblin. And I haven't stood on anyone recently. But that could change.
Is
Who
it
knows?
getting you? Are you antsy?
I don't think Batiri have a compulsion to stack. I just think they're good at it. But who knows? Let's see what
I
happens.
mean, if you really feel, you can stand on my shoulders if you're really like.
Oh, that might be too tall.
That's fair.
Be too high up there?
No, yeah, maybe.
I mean, more as a whole 5'6", I think so.
Maybe I'll just like take a seat on Kevin for a few minutes.
He'll love that.
I doubt he's going to care. Oh, Kevin is a very fat, happy Malfanza lizard. Malfanda lizard?
Malfanda lizard.
Yeah.
He's spoiled and scritched to the extreme.
Nobody is role playing Kevin because I don't know what you would even do. Just like I'm hungry now.
You know Maggie from The Simpsons? Like,
Yeah.
that would be it.
He's just constantly making that noise.
Maybe. Maybe I like to think he farts because he's not eating stuff that Malfanda lizards should eat, so his guts are in turmoil constantly.
Yay!
But he loves it. He loves that crock and those cinnamon buns. Small price to pay.
It's true.
And as Paul mentioned, there is Mar, the very old man, who is at your front door. You're doing the Scooby look around down the stairs.
Yeah.
And he is talking to Friendly, who's your current landlord, and he's saying, I'm Mar. I used to live here. I would protect you from intruders. You were my landlord, and I just need my paintings. And Truly's, who never liked him,
Yeah.
is like, we don't have your paintings. They're not here. Get out. And just kind of physically pushes him out the door and closes it. And then she's like, ooh, never used to be able to do that.
Awesome.
I see. Right, because we're all peering around cartoon style around the doorway,
Right.
looking down the stairs. I'm just gonna go back inside.
So
I don't need to engage with that.
Well, that's exciting.
Very
I'm glad
tired.
Marv found a friend.
So I think at this point you have a long rest.
Oh,
Oh, that sounds great.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, that'd be terrific, actually. Yeah.
And this is now day 4 of the campaign. I assume you are continuing in your pattern of aggressively not feeding Wanda.
No, today I will.
Oh,
Yeah. So that, of course, that requires that I have to roll to.
You do like D4 damage.
Yeah,
or
one
something?
d6 plus 1 comes back as long as I roll a d6. So let us try that. Oh, this is very
right,
heavy
but you have
D6.
to
I also have to do 1 point of slashing damage to myself for every level I have,
right.
which means 4 or
6.
6.
6. All right.
All the levels, not just
Yeah.
not just your
every level.
not just your
I have.
cleric levels.
So it gets 3 charges back.
All right. Well, how much damage are you doing to yourself?
I am doing.
But you have to roll. You have
Yeah.
you have an axe, I assume. You're just sort of hacking at your arm, or you're feeding blood to this lizard's tail.
Yeah. I'm.
Can you
Blood
just-
for the lizard tail.
Has Wanda come up at all in Dragon's Orders? What
Not yet.
what is this magic item?
So Wanda is a lizard tail magic wand. It has a maximum of 7 charges, and while holding it, I can expend 1 or more of its charges to lance out with a purple death ray,
Yeah.
making a ranged attack that's 1d12 plus 1 points of necrotic damage for every charge I use, and it loses charges at dawn, and I have to feed it blood in order to get all its charges, or a number of charges back. In this case, I can put 3 back.
Like, it hasn't come up that much, but we also haven't had to fight that many people.
Yeah, but I had to
Also-
do 6 points of damage to myself to get 3 charges back.
As a wizard, Bonton needs to have a wand as a focus for his arcane spells.
Yes.
So he has Wanda, and every time he's casting one of his wizard spells, he's using Wanda.
Yep.
Lizard tail. Lizard tail. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's the
Which looks
Gigglemancer? Is the wizard aspect?
No, necromancer is a type of wizard.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Okay.
So his wizard focus is the wand.
Yep.
His cleric focus is his holy symbol of Baronar True Silver.
That's
Right.
right.
And his gigglemancer focus is giggling.
Right. Okay.
So what you really need is a wand with the focus attached to it, and then you laugh as you cast things.
Yeah.
And just cover all the bases.
And you
in
don't
one
have to
go.
remember.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have this one thing that I have that I wave around, and it's a wand that has the 2
Yeah.
rings interlocked, and,
And
yeah.
it just looks so stupid you can't help but laugh when you see it.
yeah.
Perfect.
I've seen wands that make you laugh, or that would make you laugh if you looked upon them.
Good.
So I got my charges back, and I now took 6 points of damage. And thank you for the use of your dice.
You're welcome.
So you took exactly 6?
Well, it says that I have to. You may feed it some of your blood by dealing at least 1 point of slashing damage to yourself for every
Right.
level you have.
Right. So
Right.
you have to cut yourself
Ah.
and then do damage to yourself. And if it's less than 6, you'd better give it more blood.
So I treat it like an attack.
Yeah. With whatever you're using.
Well,
Alright.
except you don't roll a hit. You
Oh,
just roll
thank
damage.
God.
Yeah.
I have a dagger you can use.
I'm gonna use my battle axe. 1d8 slashing.
Do you have the HP to absorb this?
Wait, but
Yeah, we already healed. It's the next morning, right?
Yep.
but if you roll, okay.
Yeah.
So there's a possibility that you'll do 2 more damage than you need to.
Yeah.
There's also a possibility that he'll only do 5,
In which case, I'll have to do
and then
more.
he'll have to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 5.
5.
Do you want to borrow my dagger for the second one?
That would be a D4.
Does it have to
Yeah.
be done by him?
It has to be his blood.
Yeah. Deal 1 point of slashing damage. Let's see if I can roll a
So
1.
no.
Oh, okay.
And I rolled a 4.
Man, such a good. You're really getting lucky with the rolls. Really.
So
High
that
max damage.
is 9 points. So I'm down from 48 to 39.
I mean, you can heal yourself, I guess, but then that would use a spell slot.
See, when I had Wanda, I'd do it before I went to bed.
That's a smart idea. I should have done that too.
I feel like you sit there watching him do this whole thing with the battle axe.
Snack gives him
Very
a dagger.
indulgent.
You're like, oh, that's what you're doing? Oh, this is how I did it.
Yeah, this is not what I would do, but I'm not here to judge.
Thank you.
Out loud.
I'm really tired. I was really tired. Just fell asleep without thinking about it.
I totally crashed before I fed my wand.
Yep.
What?
So
Off to a good
Yeah.
start.
it's very noisy downstairs. There is a bunch of noise out on the streets. It's roughly dawn-ish.
Busy time in Baker's
It is.
Alley.
What is this?
Noisy in terms of like shouting, or like in terms of like work, like people.
It not
things
exclusively one, but more the latter. So, Friendly used to be one of 6 active bakeries on
right.
Baker's Alley.
Now she's one of 5 active bakeries.
And 3 of those active bakeries are not active today. 3 of those active bakeries are covered in metal walls. They have dark smoke coming out of their chimneys.
they've gotten
and
to
there's
full combat mode.
loud clanging coming from inside them, but they are not open for business.
And-
that means the bakeries open for business in Baker's Alley
Oh, no.
are the Flower Tower
Oh, no.
and Tempting
Tarts.
Tempting Tarts being run by Mar and his ghost.
Yes.
The good news is Mar is going to be able to make the amount of money that he's
The
supposed to be able
sales was never the problem. It was physically being able to make the stuff.
Right, right.
Yeah.
One of the lovely things about being a ghost is that you uncontrollably change the temperature, so it might just make the oven completely cold.
Right.
Like the ambient temperature
That
around you
would be
just
so
changes
needlessly mean of that ghost.
uncontrollably.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
I bet the dwarf bakeries have suspiciously advanced ovens that can get up to a way higher temperature than you would expect a bread oven to be able to get up to.
Maybe,
Like some sort of forge.
yeah, I was gonna say excessive for baking bread, but probably great for smelting iron.
When you were flirting with Ola, she explicitly mentioned her forge.
Right.
And in a way that wasn't innuendo. Sorry, and in a way that wasn't innuendo.
I thought it was in
At the time,
Isn't
thinking back on the conversation, you realize, oh, she was actually talking about her forge. That makes more sense. now.
Isn't that pillow talk as far as dwarves are
Yeah.
concerned?
So,
Asking someone with not a lot of experience.
Slaps top of forge.
now that she can hear that you're awake, Friendly's like, I wouldn't hate it if you helped down here.
I'll go help Friendly.
She's just
Sure.
like serving customers.
Yeah, and some of the stuff that she was baking didn't end up getting baked because there's just this massive lineup, and there are people who are like, I want to place a cake order, and someone's like, I'm here for tarts. I always come to Baker's Alley for tarts. There's only one place on here that doesn't make tarts, but it's one of the 2 places that isn't open, you know, and all your tarts have sold, and this guy's kind of going on about this. So, Friendly would just love some help.
I'll gladly help Friendly. What can I do? Can I like bag stuff for her, take orders?
Yeah, you could, like, things that need doing would be just helping customers. A customer says, I want one of those, you serve it to them. You
I'll do
take the
that.
money. Like, it's
I
just
don't
a
want to get
retail
involved in the
environment.
baking. I'll just help with the retail.
You probably have some baking experience.
I'll work the oven, sure.
Yeah,
that makes
alright.
a lot of sense.
All right. So, you don't have enough hairnets, but other than
I was
that,
going to say, Dundee probably shouldn't be involved in food prep. Just that full hair body mesh.
You could
thing.
slick yourself down with a lot of water. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, maybe you can do line management.
I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that needs doing that I wasn't planning on playing out.
Sure.
But she is very, very grateful for all the help you can give her. It's the busiest morning she's ever had. You've been doing this for maybe, like, time just rushes past when you have a rush like
It
this.
does, yeah.
And it's been over an hour of just lots of really great business. And a man walks into the bakery and says, everybody stop, please. I need everyone to clear out. And Friendly looks at him and says, I don't know who you are, but this is my busiest day ever. We're not closing now. And he says, my name is Chella'var. And he reaches into a pouch at his belt and tosses something to Friendly. And she catches it and says, I don't know who you are, but And she looks at this thing, and she looks back at him. She looks at it again, and she's like, really? He's like, I need to rent your bakery for an hour. Everybody out. She looks at this thing again, and she's like, yes. Thank you, everybody, for your service. We're opening a gain, or your custom. We're opening a gain in an hour, I guess. All right, let's go outside. Now, people are really unhappy about this.
I bet.
Yeah.
And she's like, there are discounts. There are big discounts. I'll make it up to you. And Chella'var's like, and thank you for this, sir. Enjoy the use of my bakery. He's like, thank you. You four stay.
Darn, I was just trying to sneak out.
What was it? Just
Can
like
I be putting like 6 hairnets on Donde while this happens?
was it like some sort of gemstone or something, or
Yes,
was it?
it was a big gemstone.
Okay. I thought it was like a note or something, like some sort of promissory note. It's
I'm gonna help people. I'm gonna
Just a little
help
piece of
guide
paper that
people
says
out.
"I'm a dragon."
yeah.
All right, bye
Do you
everybody.
like
Thank
me?
you for coming. Remember, the Flower Tower is your one-stop shop for, as I shoot people.
One-stop shop for whatever
Bread
this
at
is
this
a one-stop
point. Yeah.
shop for. Looking at the other places across the street, right?
Kind of kitty corner, yeah.
Yeah. Do they also have a giant line going out?
They have. You can see some old people coming out of the bakery. And
Oh no!
maybe that's coincidence.
Oh, a lot of old people like that place.
Ay, ay, ay.
So,
Ay, caramba. Good grief.
Wow.
he closes the door and locks it. And he turns to the four of you and says, so my name is Chella'var, and I am an acquaintance of your boss, and I understand that you have been given an offer to redeem yourselves and stop working for her and start working for me. So I thought I would come, and he kind of pulls a monocle out of his pocket, and talk to you, each of you, and make sure that you understood that this is a limited time offer, and that I have an event here in town, and I'm here for a couple of days, and then I'm leaving. So you have until then to make your decision. I won't be in town the entire time, but if you're still here at the time of my departure and you haven't decided that you're working for me, I will take that as your declaration of enmity. I realize that this might be a complicated decision for you, so please take the time that you need to come to the right conclusion.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's Mora. Of course, she's going to do something silly. So, Chella'var, what kind of dragon are you?
I am a metallic dragon.
Excellent. And metallic dragons, because I learned this in school, are supposed to be good, correct?
Well done.
Well, I am
Have a
also...
treat.
Oh.
What?
Fr-
What on earth?
Friendly has left at this point.
Yes.
Cool. Oh, I can't wait to distribute that. That's excellent. Thank you for the gift.
You're welcome.
I'm probably...
Did anybody else have a question?
No, I'm not done my questions yet.
Ah.
Okay, so I understand that you're supposed to be good, but some of the people who are working for you have given us very mixed messages as to their commitment to the cause of good and righteousness in the world.
Oh, I see. And you are hoping that because I have taken bad people into my employ in the past, that I will be willing to do the same for you. And let me assure you that this is the case, and I would be happy to help you become your best self.
I'm just saying some of the people who are working for you are maybe not working with the same goals that you seem to have in mind. We were, like, the reason there's 5 functioning bakeries on this street and not 6 is because some of your employees blew it up yesterday, even though we said, please don't blow up this man's bakery and place of business and life's work. And
Yeah,
they did it anyhow.
The righteous principals are very overly zealous, I feel.
So first, R.
Are.
Yes.
Okay.
You said The reason there is 5 bakeries on this street, and you continued on, and you should have said the reason there are 5 bakeries on this street. Try again.
Okay, the reason there are 5 bakeries on the street, whereas beforehand there were 6 bakeries on this street, one of whom, the missing one now, is what was run by
Take your time.
a nice
Words are hard.
halfling named Hollow, who has now been deprived of his living and his bakery in a rather explosive manner. Luckily, no injury to him. Was a group of people who claimed to work for you blew it up after he said, please don't blow up an innocent man's bakery.
They also tried to kill us for no reason.
Yeah.
It's true.
I can see you're confused, so first of all, your grammar was less bad that time. Have a treat. Second, they did not try to kill you for no reason. They were working on my orders, and the reason that they tried to kill you is they recognized you as agents of the enemy. I hadn't specifically sent them after you, but since you were in the company of one of the people I had specifically sent them after, they decided to carry the fight a little bit further. They also thought that they had defeated you, so they too were in error, and I will be correcting them. Yes, thank you for putting your hand up to ask a question. Have a treat.
If we work for you, does that mean that we would be friends with the righteous principals?
I do not have stringent rules covering fraternization among my employees.
Oh, that's nice.
But they wouldn't attack us anymore.
I suspect that you intended that as a question, but in fact what you did was you made a statement.
You're correct.
Try again.
Would they continue to attack us if we worked for you?
I would ask them not to.
And being as you're their boss, they would listen to you,
I mean,
correct?
they'd probably listen to him.
They would listen to me. That's what being boss means.
Great, okay.
Yes.
We've got an hour.
Thus far, we've only heard your intended goals via those who claim to work for you. Would it be possible to hear your goals from you yourself?
So I suspect that what you mean is that you are asking me to tell you my goals. But that is not what you asked. You asked if it would be possible to hear my goals. I'm going to answer the question that you asked. Yes, it would be possible. I suspect that is not the question you intended, so try again.
What are your goals?
I do not choose to share them with you, but that was very well said. Have a treat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes.
We are working for Malshaksa because she threatened to kill us if we did not. There is a concern here among us that if we chose to, say, work for you, then the previously mentioned killing us that Malshaksa would do would happen to us. And
Thank you for telling that to me.
is there some way, do you have any assurances that you could give us that that would not happen?
On the contrary, our minions frequently kill each other.
I hope you can appreciate that this would make the this makes the decision of who to work for difficult for us, because it would involve us possibly being killed.
Thank you for sharing your hope with me.
Okay.
Chella'var.
Yes.
I noticed you used our minions. Were you using the more formal plural our to refer to yourself, or are you meaning that your minions and Malshax's minions frequently kill each other?
The latter.
I see. How many minions does Malshax have at this point, though, I wonder? Well, we don't know.
Yes.
I know, every time Laura opens her mouth, isn't it stressful for everybody?
That wasn't it. I promise that wasn't it.
So, like, I get what kind of person you are. You seem like a very by-the-rules person. In fact, if I remember my lore correctly, you're lawful good. I think that's great.
Is that?
It's like,
Sorry.
Whatever.
Sorry.
It's fine. More can sometimes break the fourth wall when I screw up.
Okay.
So, like, here's the deal. I am not super comfortable working with somebody whose goals are actually going to be revealed in the long term to be something like terrible, like kill people, destroy civilization, raise a monument in my honor where I'm making a rude gesture that will make everybody slightly uncomfortable for millennia to come until it eventually crumbles away to dust. But then I rebuild it because I'm a dragon and I can do that kind of stuff. Like, I just want to make sure that you're not, like, a bad person. Is there anything, like, you're very generous. You have a good appreciation for grammar. You were like pretty chill to friendly, even though you're like needy to shut down your bakery on the busiest day of the year. You didn't threaten her. That was good. But I just want to make, like, I am not, despite the fact that I'm working for a green dragon, I'm not inherently a bad person. I just try to rescue wildlife, picks up Kevin. I just want to make sure I'm not going from bad to worse.
I feel like you are a very confused person who has a lot of trouble understanding the difference between what is good and what isn't. And I think that you should come to work for me because I could spend quite a lot of time giving you instruction.
Hate school.
Because
I'm more of like
right
a learn with your
now,
hands person.
you are not being your best self. I can see that you have demonic fragments inside you. I could have those removed.
I mean, I like my tail though. It looks very cool.
Oh,
As a tail owner, you must appreciate that, you can use it to hold keys. Right? You hook them on the end. It's useful.
there are good tails. It's true. I quite like my tail. We could have yours removed.
The fact that we have him here and we have, like, this audience, like, there's got to be something that...
Because we've done everything on my list. Like, he's going to leave.
Yeah, like, there's got to be something we can get out of him that's crucial for what's happening
Where
here.
him and Malshax fighting? Somebody with more tact ask him. Like, obviously they're enemies. We don't really know what Malshax's goals are. He refuses to tell us his.
I'll
yes,
ask.
that's the
Yeah.
case.
I'll ask then.
Yes, dwarf.
I imagine that you and Malshax are fighting because you're both diametrically opposed in terms of what you want. You like order and good, and she likes money and power, and it's fine. But is there, like, a specific reason, like a catalyst for what started this whole fight in the first place?
Why'd you got beef? More helpfully else.
So, first, it is good for you to be imagining dragons. You should be spending your time imagining dragons because that does seem to be one way that you could be working toward being your best self.
Thank you.
And second, yes, there is an original source to our antagonism.
Would you share that with us?
No.
That's understandable.
Are you
After all, you're a dragon.
Are you ex-boyfriend and girlfriend?
No.
Just asking. That's usually the source of a lot of tension in the world.
Only among the very short-lived.
How? This is not Snack asking this. How long do dragons live for?
They basically never die of old age.
That's why I made the crack about a monument crumbling to dust and then you rebuilding it.
Right.
Yes.
This party that's going to come up at the Toxic Ember?
Yeah.
At the Toxic Ember, a bunch of people are attending it, but we were led to believe by Heaven Sora that, or by Jinsen actually, by Jinsen, that they aren't dignitaries, they're lower level personnel and people, they're administrative assistants and secretaries and that kind of thing.
And like underworld crime bosses.
Yeah.
She should not have given you that much information. Thank you for reporting that to me. Have a treat.
Yeah, what the... This is not Snack saying this. What the hell, man?
I was trying to find out why, if this is a thing that he's aware of, why are they doing it this way? Like, what's the end goal of
I
that
think
party?
I think it's clear at this point. He's pretty aware of it.
All right.
Yes.
When the righteous principals blew up the bakery, it also destroyed the sewer system underneath that bakery that had a monstrous hellgator hiding in it.
Abyssal Hellgator?
An abyssal hellgator.
A monster.
Sure.
It was,
Yeah.
and which we have been led to believe was brought there by some sort of nasty
Devil?
devil.
Yeah.
But because they destroyed the sewers, the entire system collapsed, so we weren't able to track the devil to find out what was going on. Have you heard anything about a devil doing bad stuff in this area?
So, if it's a devil, it wouldn't be abyssal.
It'd be infernal.
Try again.
Have you heard anything about a demon doing bad things in this area that would have had a evil wait, maybe it would not. If it's not abyssal, then it's
Infernal.
infernal. Have you heard of a infernal devil that would be in this area with a devil gator?
That was well done. Have a treat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, I have not heard of anything recently. Obviously, there is a long past. I assume you're not talking about the distant past. I also assume that you're not talking about the great cavernous undermountain dungeon that exists below the city.
I am not sure if that is what I'm talking about because I was not aware that that existed. However, this wasn't right down. This Hellgator was attacking our friend Hollow, who was operating the business. So it wasn't way underground. This Hellgator was right there.
So, Hyavran Sora contacted me for help in moving her family's business away from its infernal contacts and toward something more on the side of the righteous. So she might know something about infernal contacts, but I do not.
Okay.
After you come to work for me, I will put the two of you in a room and I will supervise your conversation such that you can learn the information that is giving you this curiosity.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes.
May I ask you a clarifying question on the nature of the enmity you mentioned previously?
You may ask.
If we choose not to join you, and you consider that an act of enmity, does that fall into the camp of if you or one of your charges or the righteous principals see us, you will try to kill us? Or will you be hunting us down?
One of those, certainly. It will depend a little bit on the priorities of the time and what you're doing. If you are continuing to work for Malshaxa and she gives you an instruction that is going against me, then it will probably be easiest for all involved if I just have my minions take you out. If you are off doing
All
something
involved.
that doesn't really involve me, I will probably be less likely to spend my resources in tracking you down.
I see.
Yes.
What if we just decided to stop working for Malshaxa altogether and just left it at that?
It would be our preference to, meaning no offense, be working for no dragon.
I understand that, Goblin, but really what you need to do is be your best self. And I think that the best self that you can be is to be working for one of the great dragons. And by that I do not mean Malshaxa.
I respectfully disagree.
That's because you're not your best self.
Te-
But we can work on that.
technically, he's a Batiri, not a goblin. Just so you know.
So while we are in Waterdeep, the word in the common language that describes his species is goblin.
I mean, I wasn't going to say it.
You told me you were a different thing.
Everyone's a Batirian child. I don't know.
So you have a little bit of time, and then you can start working for me, or things will go badly for you. Have a nice day. And Chella'var leaves.
I don't think I'm going to have a very nice day.
Things are gonna go badly for us regardless,
Yeah.
aren't they?
What'd you get out of the trick or treat bag? I got some rocks.
I got
Valuable rocks.
I
but
got some rocks.
I have a magic stone.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah, I got a rock as well, but mine is also a magic stone.
Oh wow. Well, I have a lot of money that I'm going to fritter away, as is my wont.
Yes, straight up. I got a gem with his crest etched into it, and I got a magic stone that has his crest etched into it. Once per dende, you can shout Chella'var's praises to have inspiration.
Oh wow.
Once per 10 day is how it's said.
Okay.
The weeks are 10 days long.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are looking at that Chella'var's crest on that's etched in there. You're like, I've seen that somewhere before.
Ooh. Pull out journal and like.
So when you were looking at Bebo's stash after you killed him, you
Editor's
found
note,
it.
see Escape from Samoa Plateau, episode 10.
Yes, and in fact, the looking at the stash happened
Between episodes.
Like
Yeah.
Right, of
we
course.
stopped at the end of the fight.
Right.
Eh.
Yeah. Carry on.
But you found some shiny metal things that didn't look like they were made for a human, but they had some magical properties you liked, so you kept them.
And they have this symbol on them?
Yes. In fact, you're wearing them now.
I was gonna say,
Yeah. I'm like looking through my journal like I've seen that before.
Are you wearing bracers?
I'm wearing bracers, yeah.
3, in fact.
I have
What?
wrist and also a tail bracer.
They make those?
Well, for Chella'var, I guess.
Why did Bebo have 3 bracers?
Oh.
If they were either made on behalf of Chella'var or made for Chella'var, it would stand to reason. He stamps his crest and everything.
They're made of very
How polite of him not to have noticed.
they're made of very lightweight metal that's like a mesh, and so I feel like when I'm wearing them, my fur is sticking through the stuff so much that they're actually not that obvious that I'm wearing.
Thank goodness. Whew. He's gone.
He's gone.
I hate a hands-on boss.
Like, Malshaxa is very interested in, like, we know what she wants. It's clear, money and power. It's very straightforward kind of thing. And she's constantly sending, like, she has messengers in contact with us, all these kind of things. Chella'var came down and saw her himself, but it sounds like he just wants to be, like, off doing what he does and leave it to all of his people to figure out what it is they have to do.
He wants you to be your best self.
He just wants us to be our best self.
And he'll like send a thing every once in a while, being like, "Do this."
This is how you can be your best self today. And yeah.
Yeah.
So, I was assuming there was a reason why we didn't just say like,
We're in.
No. Did we say like
No.
what's her name? The owner of the bar.
Friendly. Oh,
The bar?
The beholden. Oh, you mean
Batista?
Sora?
Yeah, Havern Sora.
Right.
I said like there's a reason why we didn't just rat out Yevon Sora.
We did.
kind of did.
Yeah, we
We
did.
tried
Yeah,
to.
Bonton did.
Yeah.
We
I
tried
mean,
to.
I-
He didn't care.
Yeah.
Well, we said that they were maybe working.
Yeah, we were very like subtle about that thing about
At least he
what
seemed-
if
he
people
seemed
are
to
not
think-
doing the things you want them to do in the right way that you want them to.
And he seemed to think that they like the response that my interpretation of the response was that, oh yeah, they used to be bad people and like she used to be infernal, but like now it's good.
Yeah, perception checks.
Yes.
Thank you.
I cannot believe that out of all the running around I did not grab a d20.
23.
1.
12.
8.
Dande. There's a Burlapian out in the street. So,
A different one?
On a Tuesday?
so a different one. This
Remember Berlin.
is
It's
kind
another one of whatever burlap is.
so
I
this
completely
one,
did not understand. What? Sorry, continue.
the box on top is kind of crooked. This Burlapian is probably about the same height as you or Mora, but unlike
So
Burlap
quite a bit taller than
himself,
Burlap.
yeah, unlike him, instead of the arms coming out right where, sort of out of the sides of the rectangle bit, they're coming out underneath the rectangle bit, and they're quite thick. And the legs are quite thick and in very solid boots. And this Burlapian is turning to watch Chella'var walk out of the alley, except as it turns, the rectangle on top doesn't turn at quite the same speed, and so it sort of reaches up and adjusts the rectangle bit, then it steps forward, but the box part bumps into an alley and goes all askew, and it has to sort of catch it and correct it.
So this, whoever is under the box is not as adept with wearing the box as burlap.
I like that assessment.
Interesting.
Have a treat. Oh, I'm out of it.
It's the DM with like jelly beans or something. Would probably actually be pretty effective as a
Yeah.
motivational technique.
Wait, really? I should start doing that.
Burlap. What is the current? I forget what was the last thing we told Burlap. Oh, to take Hollow home, didn't we?
Right. And usually he shows up in the morning after you guys have had a bit of a sleep in and some breakfast. He's probably due soon, because you didn't talk to Chella'var that long.
Right.
But we still got the whole place for an hour.
Sweet.
Man, we could make so much bread.
I'm grabbing some breakfast off the shelf.
Sure.
I'm gonna, I guess, tell the rest of the
Yeah.
people, be like, there's another burlap out there, but I don't think it's burlap because it looks different.
We should go talk to.
Yeah.
Can I lean out the baker and be like, what's up, my box friend?
And so this person or thing or whatever kind of spins around, but the rectangle doesn't spin at the same pace.
Yeah.
And kind of turns and finally focuses on you, and then it starts to run out the alley, and you're just kind of watching, and the box kind of falls off, and the person trips over the burlap and falls face forward.
Oh, perfect.
And
let's go
now
catch
the box is quite a bit like distinct.
All right, can I go catch up?
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, me
you
too.
can slowly saunter and catch up.
What's
Hi.
up?
Hello.
Great. It's the Avengineers. So I'm just leaving. Hello.
Wait, is
Is that
this
one of the
Righteous Principals.
Regis Principals?
Almost assuredly.
Um,
The tall one.
Is this
Dude.
one that we recognize?
Wait.
well, I mean, you'd have to pull the burlap off to see his face.
Oh, I see.
Oh wait. I'm just gonna like pick it up and look underneath.
So it's Joffo the dwarf.
Oh.
Oh.
He was the
Bard.
Bard, right?
Yeah.
I dig the disguise.
Thank you.
Like, honestly, I've thought about it. It would People in Waterdeep seem like suspiciously blind to Burlapians.
Yeah, I saw him guiding you guys, and I thought I could pull that off more easily than I could. It turns out it's kind of tricky.
Yeah.
So
What's up,
thank
my
you for
friend?
the assist.
No, I insist. Here, come. We have a bakery for an hour because Chella'var is very he's
Generous?
Generous. He's free with the largesse. So come and have some bread or some.
I'll tell you.
They're sold out of tarts, but
Tell
there's
you
some
what,
cookies.
sir, we'll consider it neutral ground for the time being.
That's very kind of you.
We can be kind.
I'm always nice.
We're good people.
After you blew up Hollow's bakery, I gave him like 90 gold because his lifestyle was devastated.
Sort of
Wow.
being very nice, but firmly walking back towards the bakery.
Yeah, we're like picking him up, dusting him up. Like, no, come on, please, yes.
So, do you have some sort of jolly along and be friendly to our captive dwarf Burlapian skill you'd like to roll?
Who knows intimidation?
I do.
So you're going with intimidate, not...
Persuasion? I don't know. Like,
Can I just, can I do persuasion?
If you're going with intimidation already, then the answer is no.
Okay, can I please do persuasion? Can I try the Mora approach?
Sure.
Because I rolled a 25 on a persuade roll.
oh yeah, well.
I feel like then you probably persuaded Snack.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I got this. My man. It's fine. Come on, have some cookies.
Wow.
Like, meet my lizard. And would a person who carries around a lizard like this sad, fat, happy lizard, with gas and a rash, no, I wouldn't be a bad person. A bad person would abandon this lizard.
That you make a good point.
But a good person would overfeed it to the state of morbid obesity.
It's happy. It's not my
but
fault
it was
Kevin
just-
has no self-control.
Chella'var says that cookies are bad for us.
Oh, well, I mean...
Chella'var doesn't let you have cookies? I thought you said he was a good dragon.
He is. He wants what's best for, he says.
I think there's an oatmeal cookie.
Well, what does your best self want for breakfast?
Just quickly watch your step here. There's a big hole right here that where there used to be a bakery. So just make sure you watch your step and don't fall in.
And he's just like so unhappy when he sees the big hole.
good.
He's like, you guys were telling the truth about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we're not bad people.
What kind of people would have their evil lair in a secret underground hidden bakery? That's really stupid.
Evil is often stupid, I've heard.
Writes down move secret evil base.
Cool.
Thank you for the cookie.
Yeah, this one's oatmeal cranberry.
Wow.
This is about as healthy as a cookie gets. It's got
Okay.
a modicum of fiber.
So what
Can I
was
have
terrific.
an unhealthy one next?
Absolutely.
We won't tell anyone.
Wow.
Frankly, we don't care.
Oh.
Eat all the cookies you want. Chella'var paid for the place for an hour.
Oh. Why?
Because he wanted to talk to us.
Oh.
He wants us to be friends with you guys.
Oh. I don't understand any of this.
Yeah, we don't really understand much of it either.
So, Trell told me that you guys were all dead and that your evil lair really was an evil lair. But the broadsheets this morning said that there was a bakery that blew up. And then I thought I saw Chella'var walking around, but when I asked people about it, they wouldn't tell me. They don't like to tell me stuff. They just kind of mock me for not contributing in battle. Like Trell said that I didn't help. But honestly, I think he probably would have been dead from the explosion in your evil lair or bakery.
Halfling bakery.
If I hadn't been helping, because I can contribute, and they call me a looter, and they don't, tell me what's going
with the
on.
U.
So
Looter with a U, I get it. Yeah.
I don't think they are using the U. I think they're calling me a bad guy.
Oh, like
Because
like an umlaut.
I would put forward that the person that blew up the bakery might be the bad person.
I'm kind of scared of candy, so I don't think I would go that far. But
I believe that. Sorry, Joff. No, this
Joffo.
is Joffo.
Yeah.
Who was the?
Trell was the elf.
Trell.
Candy.
I believe the troll would have died because I almost died, and that was not fun. In fact, you almost died too.
I almost died.
No,
Yeah.
you almost died.
I almost died.
Yeah,
Wait,
we almost died.
Many of us almost died.
But look at how happy we are this morning that we're still alive.
Right.
It makes you appreciate the little things.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
Anyhow,
So-
we're not here to sow discord with your group or
No.
anything like that. We just want to get an idea of what the heck is going on.
okay.
Let's start with what was the plan this morning? Why dress up as burlap and come see what we're up to?
Because I wanted to know where Chella'var was going after I found out that there was all this stuff going on that nobody was telling me about. And I thought, okay, people won't think I'm him, but they also won't think I'm me.
I mean, we didn't think you were you.
Worked.
Yeah, not a bad disguise.
Do you know what burlap actually is?
I mean, I assume he's a dwarf like a normal person.
Hey.
Stands to reason, yes.
I don't think Jaffa was the shiniest penny. So,
I like him.
yeah, he seems nice.
He's a musician.
Pretty affable.
So, Jaffa, what was the plan?
Hey!
Why did you guys, like, we know that you guys were chasing down an associate of Malshax's, happened to teleport to where we were, assume that we were bad guys, and then act with extreme prejudice. But, like, what is going on between Chella'var and Malshaxa anyhow? Like, why are they fighting so much? We kind of got sucked into the middle of this.
Because they're enemies.
Great. Why did you get sucked into the middle of this?
Because I always wanted to be a hero, and I'm good at playing the lute. And so I thought, well, how do you be a hero when you play the lute? So I went down and applied for the local symphony orchestra, but I'm on the waiting list. So
you're barding until you, like, get off the reserves?
oh, I'll still be barding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't really give us much of a hint as to what's actually going on here.
No. Do you know what Chella'var wants? Like, I get that he's enemies with Malshaxa, but I don't really know what Malshaxa wants. What is Chella'var trying to do?
So nobody understands what any of the dragons want, but there's something big going on in Waterdeep. A lot of attention is being focused here. We aren't really sure what that is, but Chella'var is going to be having a big meeting to try to get influence with a bunch of people in a few days. Hopefully someone will know something about what's going on. Why is there a big lineup around outside that other bakery?
Because they're really slow.
All the dwarven bakeries are closed today.
Oh.
You might have noticed.
Yeah. One of the 6 in the alley's been reduced to a hole, and this one was bought out for an hour so we could have this conversation.
Oh,
So there's really just the one bakery operational at the moment. And I'll be honest, the owner of that bakery is not a great baker.
should we help him?
Ooh, that's an interesting thing to be asked by our guest.
Oh. I mean, we could maybe go see if he needs any help.
I mean, if Joff was feeling guilty about that,
Which is definitely what you're getting from him.
yeah.
He's feeling...
Have you heard of a paladin named Mar?
I mean, I used to work with a paladin in the Righteous Principles, but his name wasn't Mar.
What was it?
Marcello.
What happened? Just,
He died.
like, actually?
Yeah, Yavrin Sora said so.
Did you see the body at his funeral?
No?
Was he an enthusiast of painting?
Yeah! He would paint the bad guys to help give him focus during his meditations.
We should go see him.
So he's a baker now.
No, he's dead.
Come with us.
We should go help out. Yes, we should go help out.
Or at least
crap.
make Joffo help out.
Yeah.
Or, the more I learn about Yavrin Sora, the less I like her.
You know what? I'm
Yeah.
starting to think this Yavrin Sora isn't a nice person.
I think she's a real scumbag.
I will point out, Kathleen, that you made up that particular NPC.
Yavrin Sora?
Yes.
Oh, good. Good.
So, got it in one, I guess.
Yeah, perfect.
For your origin story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are people? Is there still the old
There's
people?
not as much of a lineup. People have gone in and said, "Oh, this isn't very good." People are very disappointed in Baker's Alley today.
Are still a lot of old people coming out, or is it approximately the same age coming in? It's going out.
It looks approximately the same age.
Oh, good.
Maybe that was just like a coincidence.
Oh, let's go in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse us.
So people are coming out and they're like, "It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
No,
Just
it never is it?
just find someplace else."
Agreed.
Yeah. I hear that in Frying Man Alley they might be doing some like pan bread or something. So I'm gonna go check
I'll
that.
get some bao later. That sounds delicious.
Like a steamed
I
bun?
don't know what that is, actually. It just came to mind.
It's like a,
Must be a dwarf delicacy.
it's a steamed bun.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah.
I'll have to go there later. All right.
These streams always make me hungry.
So, yeah, I mean, Mar might not look exactly the same, but does Mar recognize Joffo?
So Joffo says, "Oh, I bet that's Marcello's dad."
So there's a...
Jackful, there's a ghost
That
here.
ghost I mentioned, it makes people older.
Oh, so the way it works with ghosts is that they frighten you, and if they frighten you so much, you might get older.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Sorry, I never got into that, did I?
Oh, no.
Now, it's a bit of the book knowledge I got from Avoniha.
So
Right.
he walks over to Mar and he's like, "Hey, I'm Joffo. I knew your son." And Mar's kind of looking at him. He's like, "You look familiar. Wait, you're from... Oh no." And he's just looking really confused. And then he says, "I need some dough." And he's kind of looking around. I mean,
Yeah.
Mar has always been confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not a new... Yeah.
Well, at least as long as we've known
So-
Mar, he's been confused.
Right.
Yes. So
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
something happened. He died, and somehow maybe something to do with the process of bringing him back didn't go.
Or he didn't
Properly.
die, but something has happened to his brain that has caused him to be very confused.
And Yavrin Sora was just like, oh, he died.
Yeah.
So Joffo is now even more unhappy and doesn't know what to make of any of this.
Hey,
Is there anything else
Mar.
depressing that we can show him?
That painting upstairs in our place, but yeah.
No. Hey, Mar.
Check out this building.
Yes.
Is perchance your full name Marcello?
Oh. Marcello. No. Wait, yes.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend Jaffo. Look at me, nice Mora, doing a friendly reunion for you. Once again, helping you out.
I knew someone like you once who was part devil. No. Demon.
I'm just gonna hide the tail behind my back.
I mean, we can keep role-playing Mar. You're not going to get useful stuff from him.
Yeah.
He's now extremely old and still just as confused as ever.
Right.
So what we can he has probably acquired this place within the last 24 hours, I'm guessing.
No. It has been longer than that.
Oh, damn.
I see where you're going with that.
Damn. All right. Because if you get made old by a ghost, if you have greater restoration cast upon you within 24 hours, that can be reversed.
Oh.
Yes. That is probably not going to be the case for Mar. He
that
may be lost to us.
Well, hey, Jaffo.
Yeah?
This is kind of a bummer because
Yeah.
Mar bought a cursed bakery that's inhabited by a ghost. But do you want to help us fight a ghost so at least Mar doesn't have to deal with a ghost in his old age?
Oh, you want me to be the ghost host?
I mean, if you wanna do that, that's cool. I know exactly what you're talking about. Bonded, what are you talking about?
So we can have somebody agree to be possessed by the ghost, and then we can ask the ghost what the hell's going on.
Oh.
We can talk to the ghost, and then maybe if we can figure out what the ghost wants, we could get it to leave of its own accord.
Oh,
or
I'm
not.
very
But
persuasive.
But we can't do that unless the ghost takes.
Any one of us can be
Possessed.
possessed by the ghost.
So it has to possess somebody before it can talk.
I believe somebody has to be willing to be possessed in this case.
I mean, if you're wanting to step up and volunteer to do that, that would be very nice, Joffo.
Would it help Marcello?
Yeah, probably. If we could stop him living with a ghost, I'd say that'd be 100% improvement to his living
You said
condition.
fight the ghost, and I like thumbed my sword, and I'm just like, oh,
yeah.
put that back away.
We might end up still fighting a ghost.
Sure.
I mean, I hope not.
But
I mean, I'd
hope
rather
not.
not.
That
Ghost hope.
that would imply that Mora wouldn't be able to talk the ghost into just leaving.
I know. It'd be, like,
Which
I'm very
seems very
confident in my
unlikely, yeah.
abilities.
I think we'll be fine.
So the two ways that you can talk to the ghost are face to face, in which case you're making the wisdom saving throws against being frightened and possibly aging, or you can have someone be possessed.
And then it's just like talking to the person.
So after Bonton's like explaining it, that sounds like a great idea.
It
What a
was-
heroic thing to do for your
was
friend,
her
Joffo.
idea. She was asking me if I would do it.
Great
Yeah.
idea, Joffo.
yeah,
Good plan.
so noble that you would do that for your friend.
Yeah, I'm starting to believe you really are good guys, despite the whole bakery incident.
Oh my god!
But we're the righteous principles.
I know, right?
Which
Isn't
is
it
why,
awesome?
it's
The kind of people who lay down their lives for their friends, correct?
Yeah, clearly you are very righteous that you would do such a thing for your friend.
Trell will never believe it.
Oh, we'll tell her. You can tell her yourself when the ghost leaves.
He won't believe it.
Oh.
Well, Trell seems like maybe he's a bit of a jerk, even if he is a righteous principal.
Oh, well, but he's the boss. Okay, so how do we do this? How do we attract the ghost?
Yo, ghost!
That's a good question. I've never had to attract a ghost before.
There, ghosty, ghosty, ghosty,
So
ghosty,
it has to
ghosty.
be a willing target, right? So,
So what you need to do is you need to start like flaring out some negative energy or some necrotic beams. Of
oh
some
yeah,
sort of,
well, what are we going to
just
start
lure
with?
in the ghost.
Take
Now,
a big step back from the
so
necrotic beams.
The other thing you know
Yes.
is that the people watching this will be seeing the ghost until
Until
you
it
say, "Hey,
possesses.
ghost, you know,
So
Joffo
maybe-
the dwarf here is willing to be possessed."
Right.
So, if it would be a bad thing for you to age a couple decades,
I would Donde and Snack. You
Perhaps-
guys might want to not be watching
maybe
when
you
we
guys,
do this.
maybe you guys shepherd all of the other people who are also still in this bakery out the door.
Yeah, let's all
Hey,
just kind of
yeah.
hang out out here.
I'm getting better and better at shutting down bakeries. Come on.
This
Move
is
it
it
along.
now. We have literally shut down every bakery on this street.
Yep.
That's
What a
power.
productive morning we're having.
Yeah.
Did you take Mar outside with you? Because I think if he gets scared one more time, he might just. That
Yeah.
might be it for him.
Don't worry, it'll be fine. Come on.
Cool.
Sorry,
right.
everybody.
Here, wait,
It's not
take
very
Kevin.
good bread anyway.
Take Kevin.
Oh yeah, we wouldn't want that.
Yeah, are you guys immune to this?
No, it just doesn't really matter if they age a decade.
Like,
Oh, 'cause
elves
the-
and dwarves are much longer lived.
Fair
Like,
enough.
I think an elf lives like 200 years or something like
You
that.
could also just close your eyes.
Maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe it'll give me some sort of greater insight, but probably not.
Yeah, I'm going, I'm like, I like give you some paper and be like, please, like write down like what.
Oh, don't worry. This will be ingrained in our memories forever. You don't
Yeah.
even need to take notes.
Done is
He wants it
done
for
is
his
done is
journal.
like 50-50 on like this might be actually worth it to like because like nobody has stuff written like the stuff about ghosts is not obviously because people tend to die right as they're writing stuff. It's like okay you guys check it out but please any notes anything you can give
Okay.
please.
Understood.
So you start doing. Yeah, you have various options. You can just
Yeah.
start throwing around the negative energy.
I'm gonna start doing that.
All right.
Just yeah.
And it's going to
Negative
work.
energy.
So
Hey, a ghost.
the ghost, human male ghost, comes drifting out of the floor, and I need wisdom saves from the two of you,
All right.
and I will roll for Joffo.
Come on.
9 plus 6 is 14.
Well
15.
done.
Wow. 10.
So, you've done everything you need to do.
Yes.
You need to roll a d4 and age that many decades.
Wow. That's a lot of decades.
It's a lot of. It would make a big difference to say snag.
Yeah.
Did she fail it by 5 or more?
No.
Then doesn't that mean that she?
Right. So she's frightened. Thank you for pointing that out.
Don't want you to age just yet.
That's
Oh,
the
okay.
necromancer. The necromancer knows the ghost stuff.
Yes.
He's a
Holy
necromancer.
crap, that's a big ghost.
So-
I mean, it's a normal size
So you're
ghost.
so that's frightened but doesn't age.
Correct.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would have caught that after and been like, ugh. So, you're frightened.
How's Joffo?
Joffo is also frightened, but he's bearing down, and he's like, I'm doing this for my friend, so I gave him advantage, and then he made it on his advantage roll, so I'm playing that as like he's scared of this, but we're not doing a game effect.
Nice. Okay. Cool.
And he's like, I volunteer to host you so you can have a conversation. And the ghost goes in and is kind of looking around. Says, you're not baking. You need to be baking. We need many loaves of bread.
Right.
This is also a point where if you want to call in your companions, you can. Or we can just say, I'm sorry, these two performers aren't allowed to perform in this.
I don't mind.
You guys
Pull 'em
can
in.
come back now.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
You guys
All right.
can come back now.
I'm
We
gonna.
put the
Be like,
ghost in Joffo.
We've got the group of people who are like, not you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go away. Go, go, go.
Why do we need to bake so much?
Can Mark come back?
Because
Sure.
because it's important. I didn't bake enough. I got lazy, and they found out about what was going on. If I had just been more conscientious and I had baked my loaves of bread, everything would have been fine.
Who found out?
The Chella'var family.
Don't worry, they're not going to be able to hurt you now.
Well, wait. They found out what was going
Starting
on.
to think these
Well-
Yavin people aren't so good.
So my boss had sent me here to establish a network of contacts and peoples who could get me information, and I would bake bread and send them out bits of information in the loaves of bread, and then things were getting very busy, and one day I thought, this is working out. I've got the delivery networks. I don't actually need to hide all of the messages in loaves of bread anymore. And I should have baked the loaves of bread, so we have to bake the loaves of bread.
Boral?
Yes?
I'm glad we finally found you
Why?
because we've been looking for you.
So you can bake my bread.
No. We've been sent to find you, Boral.
Do you have the information about my brother?
What?
Do you have the information about my brother?
Oh my god.
We do?
Who's your brother?
What's your brother's name?
Syl.
No, we don't have the information about Syl.
Syl Tarts.
Oh, that tempting tart's interesting.
We know his girlfriend.
We know Boral's girlfriend.
Boral's girlfriend, yeah.
So who sent you then?
Malshaxa.
Shaxus.
But she didn't give you the information?
She just wanted us to find you because Boral. It's been over 2 years since Malshax had heard from you. She sent someone else to find you. They couldn't find you, so she sent us to find you and this other person.
But she was only months from finding out what happened to my brother.
Malshaxa was?
Yes, that was the deal. I was going to work for her, and she was going to find out what happened to my brother. And I had found the final pieces of information that were going to pay off my debt.
Oh my goodness.
What are those?
There are people who know the secret of Waterdeep, but they've had their memories monkeyed with. And I found a document that was in code, and I couldn't break it, but that's okay because she can break it. And if I get her the document, that should be enough to pay off my debt, and then I don't have to work for her anymore.
Where's the document?
In my office.
Well, take us to your office.
No, I'm staying in the bakery.
Boral,
Yes.
Where's your office?
where is
Underground.
under this bakery?
Near this bakery. But I'm staying in the bakery.
Is it in the sewers?
No, the sewers are connected to its secret door.
How would we find the secret door?
You don't find the secret door. You bake the loaves of bread. We are behind. We have to bake the bread.
Boral, do I tell him he's dead?
I mean,
It's-
we might have to.
Has it been less than an hour since is the other
No, it's been over an hour.
the other bakery's open? Well, I just like, is the other bakery open
Yeah, I
again?
think it must be.
Okay.
Boral, you're dead. You were a ghost. You were haunting this bakery and you were forcing people to bake loaves of bread.
Yes, we have to bake the loaves of bread.
Yes, we do. Okay,
Yes.
I can't understand that he's
Right.
dead. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Tabaxi super speed. Run over to next door, grab a bunch of bread, be like, we'll bring the. We just need to borrow
those
this
props.
bread. We just need this bread for a sec.
So, like, and everybody is like, this is the last loaves of bread. What are you doing? I've been waiting for an hour and a half for a loaf of bread.
This is very important. Right away.
Wow.
Nobody can catch me. Oh, look, here's a bunch of bread that we baked earlier.
Oh, good. All right. Put them down.
We don't need to bake loaves of bread anymore, Boral.
We always need to bake loaves of
But
bread.
we have sufficient loaves of bread. And if you are willing to take a break, we will continue on your behalf. We will ensure that the network stays intact. But you need to give us access to your office so we can pass the information on back to Maljaxa.
So, Necromancer, you know that the ghost can't actually leave this location.
Yeah.
What you need to be asking him for is directions.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point.
And I don't know if Beej knows that, but
I
Bonchen
wouldn't
certainly
know,
does
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
So he can tell you whereabouts in the sewers you need to look
Okay.
to find this office.
Okay.
It's underneath the.
Almost assuredly, this has to do with that Hellgator. I have a feeling too.
yeah.
This is going to be great.
It's dead now.
Yeah.
Well, you know that the Hyavran family used to be involved with devils,
Oh right.
and he's just said, oh no, the Hyavran family found out
Yeah.
about me because I didn't bake my loaves of bread.
Right. They sent the gator after him, almost assuredly.
Well, or yeah, something.
Something is tied in here. Okay, cool. Okay, so I ask Boral for directions.
And so I would like some sort of persuasion check from you, please.
I'm not the one to ask for
you're the one
persuasion, but here we
asking.
go.
Beej has rolled a 1.
So he goes back to panicking about loaves of bread.
Hey, my dude. Which is, of course, the patented way to make friends with ghosts.
I have no information to refute that.
I never had to
fact-
talk to a ghost before.
Have some inspiration.
Thank you.
Dante will make a note in his journal about how to talk to ghosts.
My friend, we have gone to a lot of trouble to try and get a hold of you. We are this close to finishing your life's work and getting the information to Malsaxa. You just need to tell us where it is, please. Where is your office and where is the note hidden? I also rolled a 1. Amazing. But I'm going to use my inspiration to try and get this to work.
Oh, good.
13 plus 6 for persuasion. 19.
So you're going to tell me what happened to my brother?
As soon as we get this information, I will track down your brother. Now that I know his name. I was sent here to find you. I just want to put you to rest. I'm trying to help.
Oh, so you're going to tell me what happened to my brother?
Yes.
Thank you.
At some point.
Then we should make some bread.
How about you tell me where your office is? Will you bake the bread? We'll split our efforts.
Why don't I tell you where my office is while we both make the bread?
Sounds great. Let's make bread.
Let's all make bread.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun.
All right.
Meeting! Not knowing what I'm doing! Putting cat hair into bread! Dante,
we
have some
assume-
flour!
Can we assume that Boral's ghost continues to haunt Joffo, is that safe?
It will last for several minutes, and then he's going to choose to leave.
Okay.
And when he does,
Yes.
everyone will see him.
Yes, that's a problem because we're
Look
all
away.
going to get frightened, or we're all going to age.
We can't bake bread quickly enough for him to.
Yeah, and he will make the ovens cold, and we won't be able to bake bread at all.
Yeah, ghosts can't control the fact that they change the temperature nearby, so that's why.
Which is why this is a particularly nasty curse.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to try persuading him?
No, this worked. Like,
it worked.
you're
Okay,
making
good,
the
yeah.
bread, and he gives you directions to where you need to go in the sewers, and tells you how to get into.
All right, cool.
So
Why
we
don't
just
you
need
two
to
leave?
yeah, we just need to get out before he comes out.
Yeah. All right, you two peace out. Go.
All right, and then
Just look away. You can look away too.
I'm gonna like put some bread over my face, some
Good.
dough or
Cards
something.
I'm going to look because I'm going to help Joffo get the hell out of here.
right. So at some point you're going to recognize the signs, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is ending. He's coming out. So you clear everybody out.
Yeah.
And you've got the dough on your face.
I got
for some sort of
I got a
facial.
bun over each eye.
All right. And then you need to make a wisdom save,
All right.
as does Joffo.
8 + 6 is 14 for reals.
And I rolled a natural 1 because there's apparently a lot of that going around this evening. So, Joffo, who's like this young dwarf, is still a relatively young dwarf.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
good.
God.
Yes.
Okay.
Would be.
Oh.
Boom, we're all outside.
People are going to be like, man, you must be such an experienced bard. You must have gone through so much in your life.
We bar this door or lock it or prevent people from going inside.
Mars, like, this is where I live now.
Mar, we'll find you another place to stay. In fact, we know where there's a great apartment.
Oh, my paintings are there.
No, we're sending him to the beholder and bucket. Smiley doesn't need that. She's been through a lot this week.
Friendly.
Smiley.
We've called her Truly already.
Well,
It's
because her name is Friendly Truly Good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Truly, I assume, is a nickname.
Can I give Mar like some money and like tell Joffo to take him to the beholder and bucket?
Perhaps give the money to Joffo.
I'm gonna give the
Yeah, I
money to
was
Joffo.
going to say.
Yeah.
Joffo, please take Mar. I'm gonna give him like I don't know like what
Does Joffo believe this is Mar, by the way?
He's come around.
Okay.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Because he understands the aging thing with the ghost now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get him a hotel room for like a week.
Well, probably. I mean,
He's going to need an apartment, but yeah.
why specific instructions? Just like, Joffo,
See to your friend.
can you take care of him?
Do
He needs help.
we know that there's something about the curse that makes it so, like, if you could just leave the bakery and stop baking bread, people would have done that already.
Right. So the only way that Boral can leave the bakery is if you don't bake enough bread. Then Boral follows you to you, the owner.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
Ah.
Now, Beej might know this, but I'm going to tell you anyway
Yeah.
because everybody needs to hear this. Ghosts are very, very hard to get rid of. The most surefire way to get rid of a ghost is to find out what they're waiting for, what is keeping them bound to where they are, and give them that. I mean, there are ways to permanently destroy them if you want to go with violence.
Right. But it's easier just to fulfill the desire.
Right.
Right. And in this case, it sounds like his desire is to find out the information that
About
for his
his
brother.
brother's
Yeah,
cell.
we're definitely we've got something figured out about what he wants. Yeah.
Now, Malshaxa, if Malshaxa knows anything about Syl, and let's assume then that is probably the operative thing, then we need to talk to Malshaxa to get that information so that we can free all this stuff up. We also know how to get to that secret door. Do we know how to get in through that door?
No.
No, but
Do you think we're going to need that information from Boral? I think we can just figure it out.
I think let's try to figure it out. I think
We also know Boral's. We know who Boral's girlfriend is.
Yeah.
So maybe
Excellent.
she might have info about the brother
Syl?
though.
Yeah. Also, sorry.
Maybe
I
that's
think where
why
we were
she's
going
the
with that.
ex-girlfriend.
I think where we were going with that with Mar is like, is Boral gonna chase Mar to wherever they go? That's what you were saying.
If he doesn't bake.
So no matter what, Boral is going to...
Is it the bread has to be baked or Mara has to be the one baking it?
or does bread just have to be leaving the bakery?
A certain amount of bread has to be baked in the bakery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yes.
And as far from what we know, today's bake amount has already been
As
happened.
far as you know, things look busy.
So wait, wouldn't it? Sorry, just
Yeah. Get
Just
the
so we're
mechanics
not-
down. Yeah.
just so we're not
Sending a
damning
ghost
this
out.
guy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be better then, because he has a place here? Wouldn't it be better to ask Joffo just to be like, can you just stay here with Mar and like help him bake for until we can sort this out so that he doesn't age more?
Yeah. Okay, that's a better plan.
The theory is that as long as you keep baking, the ghost doesn't show up, so that you don't get aged.
Right.
Yeah. All right, let's do
Could
that.
we? Okay, a certain amount of bread has to be baked. Not a certain number of loaves have to appear in the bakery.
Yeah, I asked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what we could do is if Jaffo's here to help Mar, then he probably won't get scared again, and at least he won't.
Well, I mean, when you see a ghost, you get scared. That's
But
literally.
But if he does the baking,
If
the
two of
ghost
them are
doesn't show
baking.
up.
Yeah. But they can't do the baking reliably because the oven is always cold.
They've been doing really crappy baking. That's what Zephyr was doing.
Yeah.
Ah.
He was losing money hand over fist, and he had to, the oven would get cold and he'd have to start over.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
It's
But you can-
it's unreliable.
But you can continue to bake in that atmosphere. You just can't bake as much because you have to keep starting over. and
Yeah,
starting over.
and it's going to suck.
Okay.
All right, well, Jaffo, can you give him a hand?
Jaffa will be doing
Okay,
this.
cool.
He's-
That's a better plan.
Yeah,
Okay.
he is very confused. He doesn't know who to believe anymore, but he does believe that this is his friend back from the dead, sort of.
Yeah. And if we can get the information that the ghost wants, the ghost will leave, and then you don't have to deal with that anymore. We will look after that.
Also, if you could not tell the other righteous principals that we're here, that'd be great.
Can I tell them about Marcello?
Wait till we can free him from the bakery.
Then
It would kind of bum him out.
yeah. Wait till we're done the whole freeing him from the ghost curse, and then yes.
So
And then you can be like, hey, look who I got and freed from a curse. Aren't I awesome?
Look who's not dead.
Yeah. Well, I just don't want Candy trying to blow us up or blowing up another bakery with a fireball while we're trying to deal with this.
So if I don't go home today, and I'm not going to because I'm going to stay here and I'm going to help Marcello, they're going to notice. Eventually, someone is going to say, hey, where's that annoying looter? And they might care, or they might send someone out looking for me anyway.
We'll try to
or-
be quick.
We'll be as fast as we can.
We've only got 3 sessions left in this campaign.
Well, that sounds about right then.
Perfect.
Excellent.
We could always send Burlap or somebody with a message, I guess.
That's fair.
Where is Burlap's probably here by now, hey?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Looking
Hey,
around. He's chatting with a sewer inspector.
Oh, cool.
Right, yeah.
Actually, I have some jobs for those gems I just got from Chella'var. Hey, Burlap, how's it going, my friend?
Oh, it's going real well. How's it going with you?
Burlap, you have been so helpful these past few days.
Thanks.
I got a gift, and I would like to pass this gift along to you. If you could continue to help us and be discreet about it.
You know you're paying me, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm about to pay you a lot more.
Hooray!
Here you go.
That's a lot more.
Well,
Yeah,
what's it?
that was the smaller of the gems I got from Chella'var, but still worth 100 GP.
Damn, because I have one that's worth 50.
Oh, well, doesn't matter. Burlap's been really nice to us, and this is Mora.
Sure. Making it rain.
I mean, it's not like she got them appraised or anything. She doesn't know
No,
what
she's
it's
just
worth.
like, Burlap, thanks.
Here's a pretty thing.
All right, ensured discretion.
Yeah.
That's real good.
Yeah.
So we know where the secret office is. Is it somewhere accessible?
It's very close, yeah.
Oh, is it somewhere that it got destroyed with the bakery or
It
something like
didn't
that?
get destroyed, but it has been cordoned off. This sewer inspector is very disappointed with Baker's Alley.
And this is why I just bribed Burlap, because he's going to keep that sewer inspector real busy for a few minutes, because he's very persuasive.
Good. That's
Well, not
that's the
bribe,
plan.
paid.
We're going down through the hole.
Oh, absolutely. We're
All
going in
right.
the hole.
I'm game.
I don't see
Yeah.
a better way to get in there.
Hey, Burlap, we need to get in there. Can you distract that sewer inspector for a few minutes?
Okay.
Sick. Thanks, man.
Like, this plan is just going to work.
Yep.
Yeah. Great. So we're down in the sewers with the corpse of a hellgator.
Can I kick it?
Somebody's moved
Yes.
that around by now, haven't they?
How?
I guess it's a pretty big.
Maybe it's
That's what
also
the inspector
cordoned
is here
off.
to figure out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there like some danger tape across its snout?
But there must be, like, whatever the equivalent is. The area is cordoned off. There are fine notices on the fortifications under the 3 dwarf bakeries. And in fact, there's a fine notification on the damaged secret door that you're looking for. You know, because you're not allowed to do construction here and build offices into the sewers.
Didn't have a permit?
He did not have a permit.
Oh my god!
Permits are important.
Secret door permits are hard to find.
Imagine. Oh,
I require a permit for what? I can't say.
oh we have those.
It was a
Say no more. Sir.
Yeah, it was a secret door permit.
Good.
All right. So is it
a
like
damaged secret door?
Yes.
so it's damaged?
There was a big explosion, you see.
So it's damaged
I-
such that it's actually more obvious than it would be otherwise.
Yes.
Is it damaged in a way that we could actually open it, or is it damaged that it remains closed?
It's damaged in a way that it doesn't work properly, but you have some very strong people here. Like,
You do.
I break down the door.
yeah, that's gonna work.
Good.
Cool.
All right.
Mora's really the door breaking down.
This is
expert.
going remarkably well.
I feel
Why
like
did you
you
just
know,
say that?
I'm sure Dale has noticed.
We're so close.
That's a little thing I like to call foreshadowing.
I don't even want to make a joke about like a thing that suddenly happens because Dale will just be like, "Yes, that happens."
Let's just. What
okay,
happens?
what's in the room now that I've broken the door down?
all right. So it has some water damage because it's been here for a couple of years in the sewers unattended.
That makes sense.
So a lot of the parchments and the papers that you might have had to have spent a lot of time looking through are now just wrecked.
Right.
But there is a lockbox that looks like a place where you would put super important papers. There is also an area in the back that has like a curtain is the wrong word because it's firmer than that, but it's sort of cordoned off.
Like a screen of
a
some
screen
sort?
of some sort. This isn't a huge office. It's not a very
Right.
big place back there.
Can I pick the lock? I'm technically a thief.
So let's find out.
I don't know.
I'm gonna.
God, I've never had to do this before.
Well,
I guess this is a
I'll
dex
wait till
check.
this is. I was gonna wander over to the
Mora
screen, but-
technically a thief.
I mean, I've never actually had to pick a lock
Hey.
in a single session. Of
I
this,
think
but-
you have
didn't say.
lockpicks, in fact.
Oh, do I?
Well, I gave you some in the first
I
game.
mean, I probably
Yeah.
still have them.
Probably.
They were from another world. They had weird stuff in them. Anyway, carry on.
Okay. I don't
Okay,
have like
fine.
a pick lock skill. What about
Sleight of hand.
sleight of hand, maybe?
Do you have some sort of... What are you proficient in?
Dexterity.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What did you get?
I got a 12 with it's not a skill, but I guess it's not a skill because I don't have pick locks.
Well, there are other skills that you can use. I think this is going to take you some time. Why
Yeah.
don't we just say, you rushed in there and you were trying to do some things.
Oh yeah, it's dex check for sleight of hand. Okay, so that's
To
actually
disarm trap, open lock, or use.
Alright, so
upgrade.
it's actually a 15.
So 15 is not enough. So it's going to take you some time, and if you spend the time and you're patient, it's going to work.
During that time, I'll poke around in the back of the office.
I'm going
All
with
right.
him.
I guess we'll.
So there has been a little bit of a leak, and there is some horrible-looking mud covering one part of the teleportation circle. It's coming from a place up on one side. There's kind of been a crack there.
We're like old experts at teleportation circles.
At this point, yeah.
Alright.
Is it
Also
still like
gross.
glowing or whatever? Like, is there
Is
an
it
indication that
So cast Detect Magic, and you'll be able to tell.
All right.
I shall use my dwarf to cast detect magic?
No, I.
Well done.
I don't have to roll a d20 to do that, but
No,
yeah.
you just do it.
I just do it.
It was performative. Why not?
So,
Where
yes,
are your dice?
this is just fine.
They're back. Oh,
The teleportation circle is working.
lovely.
I mean, some of it is covered in sewer mud.
Am I able to? Am I able to discern anything from the inscriptions to see where it goes?
Don't think so.
I wouldn't think so. Okay. Because what I do know is that I know the address of Avunihar Circle. That's
Right.
something I know.
Okay, so let's review how teleportation circles work.
Yes.
Please.
If you are casting the spell, you can decide what the address is and where that will go. So you could, for example, put in the address for his circle back in Chult, and then it would take you there.
Right.
If you spend a minute memorizing this address,
Right.
then anytime you could cast Teleportation Circle, if you could cast it, which I don't think you can, but if you could, then you could come back to this circle.
Neat.
If you step into a circle, you have no way of getting back, which you may recall happened to you when you were...
And
When we were on the edge of a cliff inside of,
Yeah.
well, it used to be a floor.
and even if you know the like various addresses of teleportation circles, nothing on a circle you're looking at indicates where it will be going.
Correct.
Unless you're the one who made it,
Right.
then you would know.
Well, I am going to
And
memorize this address.
Sure.
And the address the target location of a teleportation circle is set when you make it and can't be changed.
Right,
Is
so
that
the way you
correct?
make a permanent circle is you cast the same teleportation circle spell in the exact same way in the exact same place every day for a year.
Right.
Okay.
What a pain in the ass.
And
Yeah.
so presumably, if this is nobody has been here for 2 years, presumably this is a permanent one.
So if this is Boral's secret office, something he made himself, he has this circle here. Chances are good this goes
To Malshaxa.
to something near or is Melshaxa, right? So that's where this probably goes to,
He sent messages, he didn't go in person.
right?
Oh.
So if but was he sending messages through the circle? Can you do that?
You have to send a person.
Through. Okay. So this goes elsewhere, perhaps.
Where would this go?
I mean, unless it says out, unless it's like the fuzz is onto me, you know, and he's like gets to his thing and he jumps through the circle and he's like, I'm back somewhere I know I'm safe.
Right.
So-
well, he died somehow, so let's not.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, the Chella'var family killed him, but
If you go through this circle, please make sure you have a way to get back.
Yeah, we're not going through the circle.
Okay.
Absolutely
Dad.
not.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Put the screen back.
But hey, having if we
prep for where
if we can figure out how to
I
make
did.
a circle.
Part of my prep was telling you that.
Ah, good.
smart.
Didn't we have at one point we had like a scroll of make circle or something? Didn't we? That
You've had so much stuff. I mean, and that would also count, because if you have a scroll of make circle, you can decide where it's going.
I just remember in the Escape from Smola Plateau thing, we had the option to make a circle at one point, and considering that's not something that Bonton can do.
We did that?
We might
Let
have
me know
done
when it
that
works.
because we don't have that anymore.
Yeah,
Killing
we
time
did.
until it
We
works.
did do it.
Okay, well, whenever you want it to have worked, it worked.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is we don't have the current capabilities, but we did it. I believe we did at one point, but Bonton, as far as we know, Bonton cannot currently make a circle.
Oh, that's true enough.
That's true.
Hey, I finally got that lockbox open.
Neat.
Oh, is that a bit? Oh,
That's what you were doing.
So it has a parchment in there with a very complicated looking code.
Ah, yes, the code that Boral mentioned and didn't tell us how to decode.
He didn't know.
Oh, right, he didn't write this.
But giving this to Malshaxa, he figured would be enough to pay off his debt to her, and he wouldn't be working for her anymore.
Which means we would need to get this to Melshaxa somehow.
so is that like maybe that's all that's required? Because like not working for her is baking bread in the ghost mind. So maybe getting this and like having that is enough to be him.
I
Or
think
maybe
he
He was
needs-
going to do it in
finish.
exchange for information about Syl. So
I think
need
if
to
we can give him
information.
information about Syl, then he'll stop haunting.
Yeah. Which means we need to somehow get this code to Melshaxa, and that means, and then say, this is what this was in exchange for, and we found Boral's ghost, and if you can give us the information about Syl, he will stop being a ghost. And that will probably take the heat down a little bit here. As
You know
it were.
who apparently had a direct line to Malshaxa?
Well, there's potentially two, because one we think is in the box, and the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
one is a kobold that's currently laying on a slab somewhere that we'd have to go track down.
Let's try
You
the
could-
box.
You could track down the kobold. But yeah, I mean, the
Figured.
box is just up in Tasty Tarts.
That's a much
or Flower Tower.
that is a much quicker walk.
Aside from the teleportation circle and this very important paper, which I'm going to put back in the box and then take the whole box with me,
Sure thing.
possibly even lock it again. Is there anything else of note in this office?
I mean, a lot of rec stuff. This is where Boral was a successful sort of spy master guy for a long time, so there would have been like a lot of contacts, and maybe with enough time you could decipher some of the water-ruined parchments.
But no interesting equipment or
Right.
Yeah.
Potions.
Like map on the wall with big X's over a bunch of places. That would be nice.
Yeah.
A Rolodex.
So nothing of interest here unless we were willing to spend the time to invest in it.
Yes.
And that maybe isn't our concern at this point.
I guess out of character, is there still a thing like an actual like magical decoding spell? Like there, I like to for being able like read coded message or whatever. There used to be a thing for that. Wasn't there?
There are ways of doing that, and there are ways of protecting against that.
Right.
What you know is that Boral seems to have the resources to cast Teleportation Circle every day for a year, but
But didn't
couldn't
do
do the document.
Right.
Oof.
Assuming that Bonton did detect magic to see the portal, is the piece of paper is the piece of paper parchment also magical?
The writing is magical, but
Right.
not in the way that a scroll is magical.
Oh, okay.
Like
So
the
it's
writing
magically okay. So it's been magically encoded somehow.
Yes.
Is there I guess I probably don't need to care about mending actually.
Is
was
there
gonna-
any
there's nothing
non-encoded
meant.
part of this? Of the
No, this is just all like you.
it isn't like dear whoever.
Sincerely.
Sincerely, other person.
With warmest regards, your fellow
like
spy.
I'm thinking about like headers.
Yeah, there are no headers, no footers. You're expected to know what this
Okay.
is if you have it.
Okay.
And if you want to spend a bunch of time in character poking around, you can. But I don't have anything else for you in this office.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
That's fair.
To the box.
Yeah, let's go to the box.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Friendly is in the flower tower talking to someone. You can see this as you're approaching.
Who is she talking to?
So you kind of stick your head in. It's Yavansora. And Friendly is much better dressed than the last time you saw her.
We're really messing
And-
up the economy of this whole area.
Does Friendly look like she's in any sort of distress?
No, she looks just a little stunned, and she's saying, "That's very generous. I'm delighted. Thank you so much."
Can we just back away?
So many people being suspiciously generous.
Who is climb?
Dante, climb up to the top and get our
Kevin.
box.
That's true. Can you get
Yeah.
because the sack should have the box and the wand should be with it.
Yeah.
Can you go get it and bring it back
Okay,
down?
the sack was burned to bits.
Fair enough,
The
but the
box
box
and
is
the
fine.
wand are badly charred.
Sure.
Yeah, I can do that. I think relatively easily.
I think you can too.
Climb up the side and go open the window.
Yes. So
I-
and then you
Yeah, I've
scurry
done
in
this before.
as
Trying to be sneaky,
yes.
Up. like a cat.
All right, and then you come back out.
Do
All
you
right.
have the box and the wand?
I guess we're gonna duck into tempting tarts at this point.
Well, no, because there's a ghost in there.
Yeah, but not all the time.
You've baked enough bread today.
Oh, then it's not going to give us a
But
hassle.
you
Yeah.
had to lure it out, remember?
Right, that's fair.
It's literally the only place that isn't either exploded or covered in steel plating.
I mean, we could go back down to Boral's secret office.
Oh, that's a good idea, actually.
Unless you want to. Anyway,
Let's just duck into tempting tarts.
Okay.
right.
If we're not going to,
so
if we're not
I
in
grabbed the
danger.
stuff from the wand and the stuff.
Sure.
Okay.
So Joffo and Mar are in there, and they're like, "Oh, you're back quickly. We're just kind of
We need to borrow your upstairs room.
okay,
Okay,
We're
don't
like-
tell anyone we came in here.
okay."
Sweet, this is working out excellent.
So we're like, what? I guess we're like watching to see the Yavansora leave.
Yeah,
I mean, if you
wanna see
guys
what's
want
going
to,
on.
if you want to do that,
So she
yeah.
does. She walks out and she heads out. You can see there's a new painting studio has been set up upstairs.
Good.
Oh, and tempting tarts.
Good for Marv.
Yes.
Good. All right. Okay, so Kevin's left now.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So we could have. All right.
Well, whatever.
Well, now I want to know what she was talking to Friendly about.
Well, we can find out later.
All right.
We could find out now.
I don't know if it matters.
I mean, it probably matters.
So I'm about to blow a charge
Yeah.
on this box,
Yeah.
which hopefully I'm allowed to do. Like, hopefully it has been 10 days since the last time it's been talked to.
Yeah.
We have 2 questions that we've managed to come up with out of a potential 5. And the 2 questions so far, I'm like, how have you been contacting Malshaxa? I guess the other question could be, can we use the same method?
Yeah.
Right? And then, and it's kind of like, so there are other questions we can ask it. Is there anything else that we've uncovered today that's like,
I have a strong suspicion who's in the box at this point.
me too?
We can ask them that.
And we
but
should, and we could, and it's like, but is there anything else based on what we learned today from running into Boral, running into Marcello, finding out more things about
We have
that?
there's no reason to think that whoever's in the box would know Boral or Marcello or any of that. Like, theoretically, they're from Chult.
Yeah. That's the assumption, if that's who's actually in the box. We could find out.
I have a different idea about who might be in the box now.
Yeah.
I guess that will change what questions we ask.
And maybe in what order? Should we
Possibly.
find out immediately?
Sure.
Let's find out immediately.
Okay. We're gonna. In this, we have about 10 minutes to ask all of our questions. The spell only lasts for 10 minutes.
Cool. After that, we can find out what's going on with the flower tower.
Okay.
It'd be lovely if it didn't take 10 minutes.
Yeah,
real time.
we're gonna try to go a lot faster, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Wanda, speak with dead.
if
It works.
Excellent. What is your name?
My name? My name was Bebo.
So he knows he's dead. Because he said,
Yeah,
my name
yeah,
was
yeah,
Bebo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, well, that answers a lot of questions.
Great.
I was hoping it was Syl. I was like, oh, that'd be so nice.
That'd be really nice, right?
Yeah. Well, it's probably not an answer that...
hate that guy.
Question 2. How have you been contacting Malshaxa?
I just cast teleportation circle and go to her stronghold.
Right, that's how
The
he
idea
does
of
it
the
when
strong-
he was alive.
Right.
It's the idea of her stronghold.
Where is Malshaxa?
I don't know.
He only knows the things that he would know when he was alive.
Two more questions.
2 more questions. Do we...
The code for her stronghold.
Yeah. Can... What is the code for the teleportation circle of Malshaxa's stronghold?
So, the first of the 36 characters is kind of like an upside down V, except the left side of it is curved. It's kind of got the same curve as an apple, but there's a wiggly bit. So maybe an apple that has a worm inside of it.
And I don't think he finishes in your 10 minutes.
He would not, no. So,
Dante's not a wizard, but he's like, wizards, you guys got to get like some kind of font or something.
So you're gonna cut him off?
I have to cut him off with the 5th question, but what's that question going to be? Because he only knows what's in Chult. We could bank on, is there a teleportation
Does he know
circle to
Chella'var?
Malshaxa's stronghold in Waterdeep?
All right, let's do it.
That's the last thing I can think to ask him.
Anything about Chella'var?
No, he wouldn't know because he's dead.
Or if he does know
Well, he
anything,
does
about, we could
ha-
ask
he does
about
have
their
some
history.
Chella'var's bracers.
Yeah.
That's the thing. How did you get Chella'var's bracers? We could ask that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. How did you end up with Chella'var's bracers?
It was part of a raid against one of his bases.
And
That's it.
That's it.
It's 5 questions.
We should have asked about the teleportation circle.
That's fine. It could have illustrated something else.
only if he knew about it
Yeah.
while he was alive, about Waterdeep.
He wouldn't have.
All right. So we have 2 charges left. If we really wanted to, we go find Coral and we ask, how does he? Because he teleported. He showed up.
Yeah.
The symbiote teleports.
Right.
That
Okay,
we
so
know that
Symbiote
because
does that.
we know that because
Because Nettleton got
Nelson
the symbiote
teleported out.
and
And you
teleported
know
to
all
Blackwater.
about that symbiote.
Yeah,
you did a
yeah,
project
we
on
did.
it.
I could draw you a diagram of its thromborax.
So is it better in this case to go find Coral and find out how he gets messages back and forth to Malshaxa? To see if we can do the
Teleports.
same thing. He just teleports. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just straight up teleporting to her.
Or to a place where there's a message drop.
Oh my god. We could ask where the message drops are, but then we have to go find them?
Yeah, because, I mean, Malshaxa can go wherever she wants. He'll just drop off a message and move on. Like, she
Malshaxa
doesn't-
presumably either can both teleport and create circles of teleportation.
So then she's probably, if she's looking for stuff from Coral and Coral is dead, where would be the next place that she would go?
Baker's Alley.
To pick up a message from. Would Malshaxa come to Baker's Alley to find Coral? Maybe not. But maybe? Like, if she's going to show up here in person, that's one thing.
She knows, she's... The one instruction she gave to us was, go get a place in Baker's Alley.
so that
Coral would contact us.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right.
But that's literally, the last thing we heard from her.
Yes.
So that she knows...
We're here.
If nothing else, she knows that theoretically we should be in Baker's Alley.
Well, Shax is a hands-off kind of boss, though, is the problem.
Well, I mean, she does it at
perception checks, please.
Sure.
You're in the upper part of the bakery. There's a window.
of tempting tarts.
Yeah.
8.
Snack might not even be aware that that's where he is.
17.
23.
All right. So, Dante. There is a human woman who is sort of dressed with a big hat and is walking toward the flower tower. I can't really see her face. But she's...
Is the hat green?
Is the hat green? I was picturing it as yellow.
Oh, okay.
All right. So there's a human woman walking towards the flower tower, almost definitely, or possibly Malshaxa. in
What?
Human form.
That's definitely a huge coincidence if that's the case.
That's a leap. I didn't think chromatic dragons could turn into people.
Yeah. Neither did
All
I.
metallic dragons can. Some chromatic dragons can.
And also there's innate dragon
To be
ability.
fair, I didn't even know that Snack is aware of that.
Okay, well,
And there's also innate dragon abilities, and then there's just dragons are amazing wizards, so they could
Just
have
change
whatever.
their forms.
Right.
Like Hat of Disguise, for instance.
So, do we leave here and go to the flower tower?
Let's go to the flower tower. We need to check in anyhow.
Because we're going to talk with Friendly.
Yep.
We're about to have a very
I'm
interesting
really hoping
conversation.
Malshax says hey friendly, we need to use this place for an hour.
Again,
Here's a giant gem.
We do not know that it's Malshaxa yet,
No,
because
no.
something else could bite us in the ass, right?
It is,
But we know
okay,
it's not Tavern Sora.
and it's somebody working.
Yes.
There's a good chance that it's somebody where they're wearing the colors of Malshax's faction,
Yeah.
the yellow and blue thing.
Was the blue? I missed the blue.
there's no blue.
Oh, not that I seen
Yeah.
the blue.
It's always been
Yellow.
dark blue with a yellow under.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I just assumed from the yellow.
Sorry, did I get that wrong?
That was Coral's jacket.
Yeah, Coral's jacket was dark blue with yellow on the
Yeah,
placket or
But
something.
as far as you know, he's the only one who had that jacket.
Oh, right. That's just his jacket.
Yeah.
Oh, I
well,
thought we had seen somebody else who was also wearing.
I thought so
No.
too.
Okay.
Nope.
All
You've heard of all
Oh,
sorts
I
of...
know why. It's because
Because
you...
Coral changes shape.
Well, no, yeah, it's because when Coral teleported in, it was just a shape wearing a blue and yellow jacket. That was the tip that it was Coral. Not that it's... Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Jump
Alright.
into conclusions.
All right.
Let's see.
Well, let's go jump into another conclusion that will possibly kill us.
All right, so I'm sorry I got your hopes up, but it's just Nastya.
Oh.
See, that was the other thing I was thinking. Is I'm like, it could just be Nastya.
It was just she was wearing a big hat. So
Right.
You couldn't really see
Oh,
her from
so
the top.
to disguise her.
Well,
But you know
or
what?
not be obvious.
Well, hey, Nastya says she's still working for Malshaxa.
Yes. So she is talking details of a very large baked goods order with Friendly as you walk in.
The only bakery still open. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure Waterdeep has other bakeries.
Bakeries.
but-
I'm thinking the same thing.
and
yeah.
presumably that is, I'm guessing that's what Yevon Sora was talking to. Friendly about.
Probably not.
I mean, this could all be like cover for other reasons. Like if Yevon Sora coming to Flower Tower to find us. Nastya coming to Flower Tower to find us. There are, as Dale has put it, there are multiple bakeries all around Waterdeep. There's probably some even closer to the Toxic Ember. There's no reason to come here specifically. She's trying to find us.
So are you peeking in the doorway? Is that...
Do we just walk in confident as all hell?
Let's just walk in
Yeah.
confident as all hell.
Yeah.
And Nastya's like, oh, there you are. I'm so glad we happened to bump into each other.
What a coincidence.
Isn't it
Hi.
great?
Yes.
Hello.
Let's
Hello.
go upstairs and have a chat.
All right. I've just finished going over some of these details
Which details?
for the large order.
Ah, yes, for your party.
Yes. Because
Excellent.
you are providing dessert for the party.
Ah, which we did ask for a cover to get into the party, remember?
That's right.
Yes.
Perfect.
So many buns.
We'll be delivery people for the flower tower, I assume.
Friendly's like, yes, that sounds great.
Always happy to help out, Friendly.
And so Nastya is like, we are going upstairs, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
So I convinced Yavrin Sora that we should hire the flower tower for the party. She came here and inspected it herself, which made me nervous, but it turns out that Friendly is actually a decent baker. I've heard bad things about some of the bakeries in this alley, honestly, but
This place is weird.
They're very
yeah.
mercurial.
Well, so we've got this going. This is what you asked me for. Give you a reason to get into the party, and of course, Yavrin Sora knows that it's you. Like, there's no subterfuge. You don't have to disguise yourselves or anything like that. I did want to talk to you. Are you able to get in touch with Malshaxa?
We don't know.
Okay, because she and I were working on a plan back when I was still stationed in Frozen Wave. We knew Chella'var was coming for me, and there's a way to do a big magical thing that would put him into hibernation for about a century, which would just be amazing.
Well, I mean, amazing for the humans. Mm-hmm. A century doesn't
He might not like it, but
Yeah, Century doesn't realize. This is me. This is more having it muttered aside. A
Right.
century's not really a problem-solving situation for some of us.
Yeah.
Give Malshaxa some time.
Yeah, I guess. But anyhow, yeah.
But we couldn't get everything together, so when he came for the attack, I got restationed here. But I'm wondering if maybe now's the time to try to pull this off and get rid of Chella'var for good.
What
This is her ignoring your centuries not very long, not Dale ignoring that.
Yeah,
what were you missing?
Well, we needed a whole bunch of things, and we got some of them. So Malshaxa still has the bulk of the device. We do need a drop of blood from someone the target dragon trusts, and I've tried it, and he doesn't trust me. Like, I can tell that he doesn't trust me because I was trying to power up the magic device. And Yavrin Sora tried it, and clearly he doesn't trust her. So, do you think he would trust you if you signed up with him?
almost certainly not.
Well, okay, so maybe we can't. Maybe we have to work around that.
I bet I know someone he does trust because that someone's not very bright.
But he'd have to willingly give the blood. The other problem, though, is that there's a second component that needs to be taken through to the plane of positive energy and activated once you're on the plane of positive energy. And as far as I got on that is, I have a different thing where we can activate it if we ourselves are partly infused with positive energy, and it'll push us there, but I don't have a way to get back, which is bad because positive energy is amazing and you know, one of the greatest feelings you can ever have, and then you explode.
Small doses.
In small doses, well, I mean, the larger the dose, the better it would feel, but for a shorter period of time.
holy crap.
What a way to go.
Yeah, so I don't know what you can do about that. We need one of the target dragon's scales, but I mean, I know where Chella'var stays above the poison factory when he switches back into dragon form.
In Waterdeep?
Like, if he's in Waterdeep and for whatever reason needs to be in dragon form, there's a place above the poison factory where he can do that.
Oh.
He's got sort of I mean, den is a strong word, but a place where he can just go and relax and be himself.
Neat.
There's a lot of security.
There would be, wouldn't there? Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, this is just information I thought I would give you. I had a conversation with Melshagsa, and basically, if I can take out Chella'var for a century, then I'm free and clear of my debt. So I'm very interested in doing this.
How did you have a conversation with Melshagsa?
Well, this was a couple of years ago.
couple
She
years
came
ago.
to see me in
Sorry.
Frozen Wave.
Back then, okay.
Right.
Fair enough.
But you don't know how to get a hold
Came
of
to
her
see
now.
you?
Yeah, in Frozen Wave.
As a dragon or as a humanoid? Or?
As a dragon.
Oh, okay.
We knew that Chella'var was on his way. We were worried there was going to be some sort of big fight. They typically have small fights between sort of their people. They, one of the ways of ensuring that things don't escalate too much is to have one of them physically present, because the other person will just send us disposable people. That apparently is not a 100% thing.
So you don't know how to get a hold of Melshagsa then?
No, I mean, my contact was Coral, but he didn't know to follow me when I started pretending to work for Hyavrin Sora. So I kind of was hoping you guys... I mean, I've heard from the Righteous Principles that he's dead, but since you're taking over, I need you to do that. And then we can get rid of Chella'var, and we can buy our freedom from Melshagsa, and then we murder Hyavrin Sora and take over the crime families of Waterdeep. I think that's where we call it.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, Jensen, Nastya, whoever. You.
Ambitious idiots.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you for watching Dragon's Orders.
Oh, boy.
Oh dear.
Please join us in a week when we find out what happens next.
See you next time on Dice Friends.